Hi everyone, thank you for joining me. Arlie Ingalls here, author and writer. Today's video, however, is going to be a cooking video. One of the things that I enjoy doing is cooking, and I saw a recipe on the internet that looked really interesting. It's a chicken recipe. The problem with what I saw, though, is even though they gave most of the details on how to prepare it, they didn't give all the details. So it didn't tell you the exact amounts, or the exact process or times or any of those kind of things. So I'm going to do that today. I did try it. I thought, okay, if it turns out good, I will share it with you. If not, then I'm just going to let it disappear. But it did. It turned out really good. So this is a baked chicken, and I don't know if you've had this problem in the past or not, but I did. Every time I buy a whole chicken and try to bake it, it always does one or two things. One, it overcooks and part of it are dry, or two, it doesn't cook all the way through and I have to put it in the microwave to get it to finish cooking. So I've kind of abandoned cooking whole chicken until this time. I decided to try it again. So it's a baked chicken. What you should be seeing right now is a photo of the ingredients, or most of the ingredients that go in it. I can tell you what's missing from this is salt and pepper, and soy sauce, and I also use Tony Shatteran's Cajun seasoning. That isn't pictured here either, but I did use it, and I use it frequently. You also need a whole chicken, as you can see it here. In preparing the chicken, the first thing you're going to do is cut off the ends of the wings, and then I always trim that fatty part off. That's on the chicken as well, and you can see in the photograph here, that's what I cut off. And then you're going to do what they call spatchcock the chicken. That is opening it and laying it out flat. And I've seen this done before, but I didn't actually know how to do it, so I had to go out and watch a YouTube video on how to do this. And I will share the link to the video that I used in the comment section of this video on YouTube. So that's where you'll find the video that I used. You can go out there and find it on YouTube yourself if you want to. So what you do is you cut the backbone out of the chicken. You see a photograph here where I show the chicken with the backbone cut out. You also still have to lay it flat. So once you cut the backbone out, flip it over, and then I just pressed it with the palm of my hand to get that the breastbone to break and lay flat. So that's how you prepare the chicken. Now it's ready. In a saucepan or a large frying pan, add enough vegetable oil to cover the bottom of the pan and maybe a 1/4 inch up. And then the recipe that they showed in the original video said to add a tablespoon of butter, but I added like 3 tablespoons of butter. I think butter is going to make it better. So that's what I did. Heat it up, get the butter nice and melted, stir it up, make sure that it's blended correctly. And then, okay, so lay out the chicken and add your salt and pepper to the skin side, along with, I added Tony Shatteran's, and then put it in the oil. Once it's in the oil, I added salt and pepper on the flip side and the Tony Shatteran's as well. And you can see it here in the photo. It is frying. It takes about 15 minutes on each side to get it fried till it's at the right point. And you can see what it looks like once I flipped it. You can see the breast side looks really good. Now, while that's happening, you're going to make the sauce mixture that you'll add. Now, to the sauce, you're going to take 3 tablespoons of honey, 3 tablespoons of soy sauce, 2 tablespoons of mustard, and then I added about 2 tablespoons of paprika and about a tablespoon of garlic powder. And then you're going to stir all that up. You can see that in my photo it looks a little lumpy, but as the chicken was frying, I continued to stir it until it got to be a nice, smooth consistency. Okay, once the chicken is done, you're going to put it in a pan that you can put in the oven, but I laid parchment paper in the bottom of the pan, as you can see here, and that'll keep it from sticking and keep your pan from getting too messy. So once the chicken is done frying, put it in that pan, as you can see here. That's what I did. And then you're going to take that sauce mixture and you're going to brush it all over the chicken. You can see what it looks like here in this next photo. And then one thing that I found surprising was normally when I cook a chicken, you know, I'll fry it and get the skin nice and crispy, and then you put it in a roaster and you cover it to bake it. Well, what happens is that softens the skin then, and that nice crisp skin that you got on it while you were frying goes away. But this recipe said to use parchment paper and cover the chicken, and I thought, oh, you know, that might be a good idea. It would still cover the chicken, but it will allow the steam to come off it so that it doesn't soften the skin. So I thought, okay, I'm going to try this and see if it works. If it does, then I might try it on other things as well. So stick it in the oven. The oven should be preheated to 395 degrees. That's what I cooked it at. The recipe said to cook it for 50 minutes, which is what I did. I wanted to make sure that I followed it so I could determine whether or not that was enough cooking time, and surprisingly, it was. So it did cook completely in 50 minutes, and it did not get dry. So I was surprised by that as well. You can see the finished product here. So let me talk about total time. So I thought it would take about 30 minutes to prepare the chicken, fry it, get it ready to stick it in the oven. I was wrong. It actually took about 45 minutes. So you know, I did my timing backwards to know when I should start so that it was ready for when I wanted to put it on the table, and I was about 15 minutes late with that. So 45 minutes to prepare it, another 50 minutes to cook it. That should be your total time. Yeah, and it was so tender. It just kind of fell apart as I was trying to put it on the plate. So that it was really good, and the house smelled wonderful. So that is the recipe. You should be seeing all the ingredients that I used here now. You should also be seeing my social media sites below if you want to reach out with any questions or respond to what you thought of the recipe. I would love to hear from you. So again, my name is Arlie Ingalls. I hope that you enjoy this recipe. I certainly did. This will be my go-to chicken recipe moving forward. Thank you for joining me today.